Yo, what is up, guys? Hope you're having a great day. And as for today, as you saw from the title, I will be doing a perk tier list. So I'll be naming all the perks and I'll just putting them in an order that I think is from the worst to the best. So let's just start off with the red perks, and then we'll move on to the green, and then the blue, and then I'll show you like which perks that I like to equip to all my loadouts. So without further ado, let's just start out with the red perks. So as you can see, there's like 6 perks for the red, and then the worst one here, number 6, is going to be fast recover. Okay, fast recover says that it increases your recovery rate by 35%. Now normally when you regenerate your health, you get like increased by 30%. So then basically fast recover just helps you increase 5% faster, which really doesn't make a difference. Like, there's just so much better options, so which is why fast recover is not like a really good perk. So this is why it's number 6. Now coming up next, in number 5, is going to be Flak Jacket. Flak Jacket reduces the explosive damage by 35%. And this basically means that like whenever someone shoots like a SMRS or like a frag grenade or something, then like you don't die. Now this thing is really good against war machines and like trip mines, but then that's like season 2. I mean, we're in season 10 now, where people are just spamming Molotovs, and this thing really doesn't do much against Molotovs. So this is why it's lower, because it used to be like a really good perk, since like you survive trip mines, war machines, and everything, you know. But then now, like, I'm sorry, but it's just annihilators and Molotovs, and this thing just doesn't help. And you get out of here. Okay, so coming up next, in number 4, is going to be Skulker. So Skulker lets you move 12% faster when you're walking or crouching. So normally you sprint, so this thing is kind of useless, right? But then Skulker really just helps when you're trying to strafe. That means when you're in like a gunfight and then you're aiming in, you're walking, so then you get to like move around faster. So then you could strafe faster, and then it just really throws the enemy off, because it's gonna be harder for them to aim since you're just moving side to side really fast. So like this is a good way to use this. But I don't really think Skulker is a good perk, since you're going to be drop shotting if you want to play competitive. Or you're just going to hop around, just drop shot, you know? So, like, strafing really isn't, like, that commonly used in Call of Duty Mobile. But it's still a viable choice, which is why it's in spot number 4. Alright, coming up next, and place number 3 is going to be Agile. Agile lets you ADS faster and helps you have mental speed, right? So this is really good for snipers, and I basically just use this for snipers, and maybe for some weapons I use this too, just so I can aim faster and just, you know, kill people faster. But I usually just use this for my snipers. Now coming in at number 2 is going to be Lightweight. Lightweight lets you sprint faster by 10%. And then people usually just sprint in this game, so you could just move around really fast. You could just move somewhere 10% faster, you know. So the movement is really important. So then, like, you know, if you use Lightweight, you could travel anywhere like really fast. So, which is why I really like this perk, and it's definitely deserving to be number 2. Now, coming in at number 1, but it's really doesn't deserve to be number 1, because like it's just so dumb and it should be removed from the game. It's Persistence. I mean, look, this is what, like, if you want to be skillless, you're gonna use this perk, you know, because you just equip Veto and then you just go to a domination match or like a hardpoint and just keep on getting kills, and then look, you're gonna get that Veto, and it's just so dumb, because in ranked, when you do this, like, I'm sorry, but it's just really annoying. I mean, they don't even deserve to get vetoes. Like, they went negative, and yet they still have a veto. And then they think they're so good. But honestly, I think this thing should be like deleted from the game. But as of right now, this thing is like a broken perk, so which is why it's gonna be number 1, but really doesn't deserve to be. It should be in a delete section. But yeah, this is gonna be it for the red perks, and yeah. Let's just move on to the green ones. We are in the green perk section, And yeah, let's just start off from number 1. So, number 1, which is basically the last place. How much perks are there? There should be like 7 perks, right? No, 8 perks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, 8 perks. So coming in at number 8, it's going to be Vulture. So Vulture lets you just get more ammo when you kill someone and you walk up to a dead body and then you get ammo. But then like there's really no point of this in ranked, because if you're trying to play competitive and you're just trying to win games, this thing is really useless, because you're probably gonna die before you run out of ammo. Like, you only use this if you're going for nukes, but in nukes it's just for fun, you know, like you're not even playing competitive if you're going for nukes. So which is why this is 8th place. Coming in number 7, it's amped. Like, I don't even understand what the heck this thing does. Like, take advantage of faster weapon swap, throwing grenade swap, and launcher reload speed. Like, your rocket launcher doesn't even reload. Like, hello? And it just lets you so basically you could switch from lethal and your tactical to your weapon faster. So I guess that helps a bit, because like when you're running around with your grenade just for faster movement and if someone appears next to you, you just want to take out your weapon really quick and just whack them in the face, right? Alright, you get out. Please stop. Okay. Excludes pistol and melee swaps. That means when you're trying to switch to your secondary weapon, it's really just useless. So amped is like kind of useless, you know? Like, it's really, really bad. Like, I don't understand why people use this thing. So which is why this thing is number 7. Now, coming in at the number 6 spot is going to be Ghost. Like, this thing used to be so good, because back when UAV was kind of broken, right? Back when UAV was broken, please get out. So back when UAV was broken, this thing is really, really effective against it, because you could just flank people and sneak up against them and nobody will ever know. But now that UAV is nerfed, this thing is like less useful, but it's still really, really good. I mean, if you don't appear on your under mini map, then like you can still flank and everything, you know. But I mean, it's just not as useful, but it's still a good perk and a viable perk. Okay, so now coming up next is going to be the Tracker perk. So Tracker perk lets you be able to see enemy footprints for 4 seconds. So that means you're able to trail enemies, and that you could just follow them. You know, just look at their footsteps to know where they're trying to go. And I'm not really that good at using this, but then I've seen other people that are really, really good with this, and you know, they're able to see enemies. So, you know, that's really effective. So that's all I have to say for this one. And yeah, let's just move right on. So coming in at the next spot is going to be Cold-Blooded. I mean, Cold-Blooded isn't as useful anymore, because in the past it was just Shocker Seas, man. Like, when Shocker Seas is broken, this thing is like a must use, you know. But then, you know, now like this thing isn't really as useful. I mean, it's still really good, because Shocker Seas are still annoying, but then it's not as mandatory as the past, because this thing prevents you from being shocked by RCs, for sentry guns, stealth choppers, and yeah, I think that's it. And hunter killer drones. So I mean, this thing is really good, since like you can't get hit by those stuff, and they're actually really, really annoying. So yeah, I still feel like this thing is still like a viable perk. It's still good. And yeah, that's it. So coming in next is going to be Hardwired. Now, Hardwire makes you immune to counter UAVs and EMPs, and you can't trigger trip mines. Like, the thing that people mostly use for this is just for the trip mines, because trip mines are so annoying and they just one tap and it's really, really dumb. So like, you just use this to not get trip mined. And then the counter UAV thing, that's also like a pretty good perk, since counter UAVs are like really annoying and you need your minimap in order to like play better, you know. And enemy tracker perks are also reduced, so that means tracker and alert, like this thing decreases the effectiveness of them. So yeah, definitely a good perk to have, and I just like to use this for S&D, just so I don't die to trip mines. So coming in at number 2, it's going to be Toughness. Toughness, this thing is how you're going to win your gunfight, especially for far range, okay? So then when I'm like just trying to pick people off from a distance, Toughness really, really helps, since when they shoot at you, like your recoil goes up as people shoot at you. But then if you have Toughness, like it gets reduced by 60%. So it's so much easier to control your recoil. And then because you're able to control your recoil, you can actually win the gunfight. So this is why this thing is worthy of number 2, because it actually helps in your gunfight and it can help you win more fights. Okay, now coming in at the number 1 spot, and I honestly feel this deserves to be number 1. It's Quick Fix. This thing is actually insane. Because whenever I kill someone, I just regenerate my health so fast and I'm able to get back into the fight immediately. Because like sometimes when there's like 2 people next to me, I just kill one and then I regenerate my health and I'm able to kill the other. Like normally I would have been dead, but then this thing, it just helps me regenerate my health like so fast, you know? So it's really, really effective against fighting multiple people, since you always want to have as much health as possible. So, I mean, this thing is really good against fighting multiple people, and then it's also good for holding the objective. Because, like, if you're in OBJ, you're going to be constantly hit, since people are going to target you. But then, this thing also lets you heal in OBJ, so then once you kill someone, like you're able to heal up. So, like, health is really important in this game, so, which is why Quick Fix is actually such a good perk. And I like to use this for every single one of my loadouts. So that's it for the green perks, and let's just move right on to the last ones, the blue ones. So coming in at the last spot, it's gonna be Demo Expert. I mean, what the heck is this? Increases damage of explosives by 25%. Like, who even uses explosives anymore? I mean, what a waste of a perk just for like frag grenades and RPGs. Like, this thing is really, really useless, and I don't see the point of why anyone waste a perk on this when you could just have something better. So let's just move right on. So coming in next, it's going to be the Tactical Mask. And this thing's actually not bad, but then it's not that useful. I mean, it just reduces the duration of the tactical equipment by 40%. And that means like flashbangs, concussions, and smokes and cryos last 40% like shorter. So I guess that's useful, but then like that's really just like a waste of a blue perk, because by the time like it's over, like the damage is already done, you know? So like this thing is kind of useless against smokes and concussions and stuff, you know? And also most people are using trophy systems, so there's really no point of this. But I mean, it still has some uses, and it's definitely better than Demo Expert. So coming in next, it is going to be Engineer. So this thing lets you be able to see trip mines and like machines and everything that the enemy has. So I guess this is pretty useful against looking at machines. And it says reroll friendly care packages and booby trap enemy care packages. I never seen this in play, because whoever used this, but I guess this is like a little good perk to it. I mean this thing is kind of useful against avoiding enemy traps and everything. So yeah, I think this is a perk that has some uses and it's better, but I don't think it's that good. Alright, so let's move right on. So coming in next, it's going to be High Alert. So this thing lets you mark enemies. That means you get to see wherever the enemies are, their equipments and their score streaks. So that means whenever you aim, you get to see wherever they are. So this is really good, because if someone's in a smoke, then you can actually see them. If someone's behind a wall, I'm pretty sure you can also see it. And like this thing is like kind of gives you some wall hacks, you know? And then there's a secondary perk, your vision poses when enemies outside your view see you. I mean, this is like meh, but it just lets you know that someone's like looking at you. But then, I mean, this thing doesn't really let you know whether it's towards your left or your right or behind you. And also, by the time like you get the pose, you're probably dead, because like enemies, the second they see you, they're gonna start shooting, you know? So you're gonna be dead anyways. And yeah, I guess this is like a viable perk, but I don't really think it's that like I don't really see much use of it. So let's just move right on. And coming in next is going to be Shrapnel. Shrapnel lets you have 2 pieces of lethal equipment, and the only reason I'm saying this is because the Molotov is just broken right now. Like, if there was no Molotovs and no trip mines, this thing would be garbage. But I mean, when there's Molotovs and trip mines, like come on, this thing is actually like a pretty good perk, since you just spam Molotovs, just spam trip mines, and it's just annoying, okay? So this is why, like, I would say this thing is like a good perk, just because of Molotovs and trip mines, of how annoying they are. And that's it. So moving right on, And I know this will be a surprise to you guys, but it's dead silence. Like, guys, I know like all those YouTubers have been telling you guys that like dead silence so good, like dead silence so effective, right? Because like you don't want enemies to hear you. But then look, we're talking about ranked. Like we're not talking about scrims or tournaments or anything. We're talking about ranked. Like in ranked, those people are like they're actually brain dead, you know? Like in ranked, they don't even know what footsteps are. In ranked, they can't even tell the difference between their own footsteps and your footsteps. Like one time in S&D, like it was just a 1v1, and then I was walking right behind this guy, and then he didn't notice me. So like I'm telling you, in ranked, most people they're kind of deaf, you know, like they can't hear anything. So I mean, this thing is kind of useless in ranked, since like if you're not playing competitive against like pro players, this thing like it just doesn't matter. So that's all I have to say about this. I mean, only use this in like competitive scenes, but not in ranked. So coming in next, it's going to be hardline. I really like hardline since you get score streaks 25% faster. So I'm a fan of score streaks, and I really like using score streaks. So this thing really helps me getting score streaks. And then in S&D, whenever I get 4 kills, I could get a shock RC. So this thing is really, really good in S&D too. And you know, just getting score streaks faster, like it's just an easy way to just carry games, you know? Pull out that Annihilator, land 6 shot, and you got a Goliath. And then you basically just carried the game. So, which is why I really like this, since score streaks play a big part in winning games. So, last but not least, the best perk, the best blue perk in my opinion, is going to be Alert. So, Alert, like, it lets you know whether people are near you or not, and it doesn't matter if they have dead silence, because as they approach, like, you're going to be able to see them on your mini-map. So then I just think this thing is better than dead silence, since dead silence doesn't allow you to hear people with dead silence, but then Alert can detect people with dead silence. So I mean, Alert's just more consistent and it's just more reliable, you know, because like it could detect people like 5 meters away, and you know it could just help you prepare and know how much enemies there are, because Alert lets you know like how much people are near you, but then dead silence, like most people have dead silence anywhere, so you can't really hear them. So yeah, this is why I think Alert is a really, really good perk. And yeah, this is just it from the competitive scene. And then now I guess I'll just show you my standard loadouts. So I just use lightweight just so I can move around faster, quick fix, and hardline. So like I don't like to use persistence unless I need it. Like in ranked, I'm just trying to have fun and just trying to work on my gun skills. And then yeah, quick fix and then hardline just for, you know, just get score streaks faster. Like I'm not gonna use Alert or persistence until like I actually need it. But yeah, overall this is just my standard perks. And then for sniper rifles, just change lightweight into agile. And yeah, that's it. So as you can see, they're pretty much all the same. So yeah, I just wanted to do like a quick perk video, a tier list, and then if you guys like it, make sure to comment it down below, because I'm planning to do one with score streaks, like what score streaks are the best. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.